Welcome to the Western Kansas Wildlife Travel Center, right here in my hometown of Oakley, Kansas. We're the front door of Western Kansas, located on three main highways, I-70, US 83, and US 40. And all those roads lead to history, beautiful scenery, and adventure, no matter which direction you go. We now have an IHOP. That brand that you've trusted up and down the road in all your travels is staffed with local folks, real people, just like you and me, and we're waiting on you to join us. So for fun, adventure, fuel up, fuel your body, and let's have some fun. Welcome to Around Kansas. I'm Deb Goodrich, and I'm in Salina today for a few days, actually, with Noelle and the kids. And as you might imagine, it's a little challenging to find a corner of the house that isn't obviously inhabited by kids or the kids have not had an incredible impact on. And of course, that's a blessing. I'm not complaining. That's a big blessing. But nonetheless, finding a corner where you would not be distracted by dinosaurs and unicorns is somewhat of a challenge. So much going on this month, and again, so many changes going on around Kansas. Bear with us as we get through these because they're pretty exciting, and I think I told you last week I have added a couple of blogs, so I want you to check those out, and I want you to share with us things that you think should be covered here on Around Kansas. And do some of your own videos and send those in. Always take them horizontally, like that. You know, orient your phone that way to take them because it fills up the space better on the wide screen. And just send me a message and say, hey, like if you're out at an event, if you're the horses are running through the pasture and you think that makes a cool video, whatever you're passionate about, share that with us, and we'd love to share it with people. As much as I get around, there's no way I can be everywhere around Kansas, but I sure would love to see what you all are up to, and let's just share with each other. Okay, lots of cool stuff coming up. So February 19th, remember, is the Lecompton Lecture Series at the Constitution Hall State Historic Site. So make sure you take note of that. We've got a list of speakers on our Facebook page, and you can follow Constitution Hall Historical Compton on Facebook as well and keep up with those things. Also, the year-long lecture series at Council Grove at the Commission site. That's going on. Leo Oliva is going to be the speaker this weekend, this Sunday. Of course, Leo is a treasure, and anytime you get to hear Leo speak, it's a treat. You will learn something, I promise you. So that would be a good one to make also. I'm real excited. I've got a lot of cool stuff coming up. On February 23rd, I will be speaking at the Civil War Roundtable of Eastern Kansas. A very good group. Their annual dues are only $15. You won't get a better deal because they're just passionate about the Civil War. The folks that are members do a lot of other things, but that's what they're all about. So meet monthly out at the National Guard Museum at Forbes Field. Can't wait to go back there. It's been a while since I've been, so I'm very, very excited to see a lot of old friends and be back in the National Guard Museum. So I would love to see you there. The meeting starts at 6:30, and it is, again, Thursday, February 23rd. It is free and open to the public, so we would love to see you. I will be speaking about the ghost town of Phil Sheridan, Kansas, which is not the same as Sheridan County. It's actually in present-day Logan County. When it was established, it was in Wallace County. So it is, you remember the TV show Hell on Wheels? Okay, Sheridan was Hell on Wheels on steroids. Incredible history of this little railroad town during its brief life. And even though its life was brief, it was much longer than those other Hell on Wheels towns. And I'll tell you why if you come and see us. So we'd love to have you there. And then on the 24th, I'm going down to Wichita, and I'm going to help my good friend Ken Spurgeon with History Day. I get to judge. I'm so excited. I haven't been involved in History Day in a long time, and I am just so excited. Ken is the coordinator for that region of the state, and when I was back in Topeka, I was involved in History Day quite a lot, and I miss it. I loved it. Western Kansas, we need to work harder on History Day, but the distance is a challenge if you're coming to the state to compete for a lot of those kids. So, it's miles matter, they surely do. So, but I'm really looking forward to seeing Ken. And then, of course, we're still working on our symposium at Fort Wallace on March 18th, and would love to have you there. It's going to be a great time. So follow us on Facebook. We post everything on Facebook. And I try to do the other social media, or somebody tries to help me, but it's about all I can do with keep up with Facebook. But would love to hear from you. Share your photos. And how about them Chiefs? Oh my gosh. Was that exciting or what? What a game. And we have so many Philadelphia connections, so many Pennsylvania connections with Kansas, all around Kansas. A few years ago, when the Civil War Consortium of Philadelphia was planning the 150th anniversary of those events, so starting in 2011, I was invited to the kickoff deal. It was fancy. It was a fundraiser, and Mayor Nutter was the guest speaker, and then you had all these other dignitaries, and Governor Parkinson, our buddy Blair Tarr, helped me write this letter from the governor to the mayor of Philadelphia, thanking Philadelphians especially, and Pennsylvanians, for all they had done to make Kansas a free state. And the connections are incredible. I should find that letter and share it with you. If I can find that, I'll put that on our blog. That would be the perfect thing to go on the blog, wouldn't it? So I will look for that and see if I can find it. So I've been to the thrift store because I can't stay away, and I found this little volume. This is Lincoln's Little Girl, by Fred Trump, who I don't think he's related to the former Don. I'm not sure. But this is about Grace Billings, who wrote President Lincoln. She was the President wannabe Lincoln, and said, you really would look better and be more appealing if you would grow a beard. And he did. And so he met the little girl on his way to Washington to be inaugurated as the 16th president. He stopped off in the little town in New York where Grace lived and said, "Where's my little girl?" And he met Grace. So Grace wound up as an adult living in Kansas. Go figure. Delphus. And so her husband was a banker there. So all kinds of Kansas connections. And I found this for 75 cents. Is this a great country or what?
Okay, looks like it's time for our tour. Welcome to the Fort Wallace Museum. Here at the museum, you're going to find some really interesting stuff, like our replica stagecoach from the Butterfield Overland Dispatch. We've got facades from the fort buildings. We've got an 1870s flag. There's a plesiosaur that was discovered locally. We've got the Ray pump organ collection. We're a little bitty place with a great big story, and we'd love to have you.
In 1821, a trade route was opened from Missouri in the United States across prairies and mountains to Mexico. In 2021, we will mark 200 years of epic conflicts and grand adventures, larger-than-life personalities, and sweeping landscapes. Join us on an historic journey. The Santa Fe Trail lives on.
Find us on social media or santafetrail.org.